I've played way too much Minecraft this week. About 3 months ago when I started this world, I had just spent about 2 to 3 weeks playing a couple of different mods with a few mates, most of which I had spent building a lot of really stupid things. But between building the goofy stuff, I had also thought up a pretty cool base concept, which I did actually try to build a few times, but we made like a million new worlds, so it never got far. But instead of just dropping the concept, I made a new single player world to build it on, which of course meant I had to start from scratch for the millionth time that week. Now, the world is pretty much just vanilla with a couple of quality of life mods which I'll mention as they come up, but I'm gonna stop yapping in your ear now and let you enjoy the video. I think it's time to go and find a good cave, so I'm pretty much just looking for one that drops straight down to deep slate, because that's all I'm really interested in. I don't really want any copper, I don't need too much iron, I just kind of want to jump straight to diamonds. I'm thinking that this spawn island might actually be a decent option for the base, because I do need some sort of a ledge to build it coming off of, and it will make sense later in the video, trust me. It does sound kind of stupid at the moment, but you'll see. Now this here could be an actually really good contender, but once I clear this out, it's just going to be clear, and it's got a really big drop, so I won't have to worry. The only thing is that it might be actually too big. Well, I don't know, I'll definitely mark this one down as well, and I will come back to it later once I've found a couple more other options. Now I do see a ruined portal over there, so I might just beeline it for that and see if it's got any good loot. And there's also what looks like it could be the start of a good cave, so look at all the sugarcane over here. It's great. Not too much for the environment. And I would try and explain what I'm talking about with the it needs to be close to the ground but off the ground, but it just won't make sense unless if I show you the build. And I kind of want to keep it for later. Flint and steel! I hate myself. Alright, I just cranked up the render and holy, this place is flat. The only thing I'm thinking though is that if I do choose one of these mountains, it might make the base look small just because of how vast this plain is between the other mountains. So again, I've got a lot to consider. We're here at one of the first caves, and it does look like it just goes almost straight down there, so we will have a gander and see if it's actually any good or not. Alright, well that was pretty stupid. I don't know what I was trying to do there. I'm gonna turn the gamma back on for this section. Alright, so let me just explain real quick. This is from a mod called Tweakaroo. It's pretty good. It adds a lot of little tweaks that you can do to your game. As you can see, I have just lit the entire cave up. I don't overuse it too much. This is probably the only feature of it that I use a lot. There is also a free cam that I pretty much exclusively use for getting a better angle at stuff, and there's also a lot of building tools which you'll see me using later. Any other mods and tweaks like this that I'll be using, I'll explain them as they come up in the video, but I don't think there's too many. I do actually want to see... Please don't die. Okay. Man, I am bad at this game. Holy. Okay, so I've got a really temporary base set up here. It's just so that I can store some stuff and not have a full inventory while I'm exploring. And before I do actually go into the deep part of the cave, I did see some more iron up here, so I'm going to quickly collect it and hopefully get a little bit more armor. I've definitely got options as well, because this probably will lead down to another cave. Hopefully I don't die to these creepers. Some more iron down here. That was a... Bro, I keep on taking the dumbest damage, bro. Holy. I think I can see a mine shaft down there. Yes, I actually can. That is what I am seeing. Now, I actually just tried to use one of the tweaks in Tweakaroo, but obviously I don't have it set up, so I'm going to quickly set that up real quick. So essentially now what I can do is if I press the button that I've set it to, which is one of my mouse buttons on the side, I can just place blocks adjacent like this and bridge like you can in Bedrock. My speech is getting all sorts of slurred. And there's more that you can do with this as well. Like, there's another one that you can set up so that then you can just go down like this and it'll place in a staircase. And I don't usually set that one up because I just don't have enough buttons to really, but it is useful. Oh, there's diamonds. And there are my first diamonds. Unfortunately, only 2 though. I was really wanting a pickaxe there. There is way too many spiders there. I'm just going to go back to that little camp that I set up. Although there is a decent little start to a cave here, so hopefully we can find some diamonds. Diamonds! Oh, and a spawner too. Might go for the spawner first. Is that deep dark? Yes, it is. And more diamonds as well. I suppose the saddle's alright and that can be used. Man, these mobs are spawning out the wazoo. What am I on about, dude? Easy cash right here. And there's more over there as well. So I've got 2 little veins down there. This is a super plentiful cave, so I'm hoping to get like at least 1 piece of diamond armor and a diamond pickaxe. One of which has already been achieved. So I'm going to just chuck this out because it's on like 2 durability. Okay, let's just sweep up these diamonds. Try not to die in the process. That, I should have definitely gotten hit by that arrow there. That was going straight through me. Oh, wait, I'm about to die. Hold up. Easy cash. This is a massive vein. Holy. And from massive vein to single vein, that is such a drop off. Oh, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Oh, you gotta be shitting me. Big question of the century here. Am I going to make it back alive? What? Why is there so many creepers? Hopefully none of my stuff fell into the lava. Oh. Ooh, someone's gonna get hit. Why are there so many mobs on my stuff? Not a single mob in existence except for right directly on top of my gear. Oh, you've got to be kidding. Why did you just explode? He probably blew up half of my loot. He actually did. What a prick. To be fair, maybe I should just not be bum at the game, but still. I swear the only thing he blew up was my pants and my diamonds. Oh. I mean, I suppose I could loot it. These things are rather easy. Right, well, I might as well just loot it because I could probably get some decent armor from this and probably maybe even some decent tools as well. Hopefully we get some absolute W loot. Alright, what is this loot? The game is actually trolling me. Now the ideal loot here would be probably some pants because I think that's the only armor that spawns in here. And a lot of diamonds, obviously. A god apple would be nice, but it's not necessary. But definitely the pants. And probably the silence armor trim. Now, if I had some more blocks, I would just, like, speed run through this. Okay, let's just take the... Some W loot there, some W loot there. Let's see what we actually got in these books. Swift Sneak 3, 2 Swift Sneak 3s, and a Swift Sneak 1. That's pretty good. Okay, this place is a really odd one. There's lots of diamonds over there. Okay, buddy. You have got to be joking me. I like these woolen highways that they have, though. It's really good. You can kind of just, like, sprint along it. See, now, I think this one might spawn the water. Why is there 2 of these big rooms right here? Oh, well. We ball, we ball, we ball, we ball, we ball. Okay, after I loot this, I am definitely just going to have to sprint. Because I have a feeling that this is going to set off the warden. Let's go over here so that I can run down. Oh no, I've got a full inventory. No, give me that, give me that, give me that. Okay. Did I get anything? That is a really good pair of leggings. Okay, I'm gonna go try and find a spot where I can safely throw out some stuff. Which looks like that pool of lava over there. Okay, I can chuck that out. I don't really want disc 13. Curse of Vanishing, you can go. Those can stay. I probably won't use a saddle. They are rare though. It can go. Gold ingots can probably go as well. Nice. I'm not going to go digging around for more diamonds because I really don't want a thingo to spawn. Okay, so there is a chest here, but there's a shrieker right there. And there's also 2 chests over here with a bunch of shriekers around it. So I think I might try and get onto this. Well, I'm assuming it because it looks like one of the big loot rooms. And I think, see just the top of a chest. I'm going to try and get these 2 and then race over and get that one. Because this is going to spawn a warden. And it's probably going to spawn a warden as well there. So I'm going to hope that I can make it over there without spawning another one. And as a matter of fact, it might be far enough away where it's not going to spawn. Which it does appear to be the case, so I just got super lucky. Mending? Okay, that's pretty good. I'm not gonna complain about mending. What was that stutter? Ah, god damn it. Regen, flame. Okay, this was not worth. Might grab 1 regen, the coal, and then I don't need another of the exact same book. Let's just dip. Oh, he's making his way straight for me. Is there seriously nothing down this way? Oh no, there's that. Oh, are you kidding? All of the ladders are broken. These have silence trim. And it was not even worth it. There is a god apple, but I'm gonna be honest, that's barely worth. Okay. Horrible loot, bro. I'm telling you, this is the worst experience I've had in one of these. Power? Really? You're joking. I will grab that though. Kind of underrated in terms of the loot that you can get from here, but coal is always pretty good. I thought that that was the silence trim and I was about to get super excited. Okay, please have some decent loot. What is this loot? You gotta be joking me, game. This has gotta be like some of the worst loot that I've gotten from a ancient city in a long time. Usually I get like a couple pairs of leggings, some decent amount of other resources and stuff, a lot of good books. But no, oh my god, you've got to be joking. This is the worst experience I've had with one of these in ages. And I have got some really good leggings. That is probably the first piece of good loot that I've gotten from here, other than this mending book maybe. There's one shrieker there. And I think this is one of the 2 loot rooms as well, so there's probably going to be a lot of shriekers in here. What did I just say? Oh my, it is bad. Looting 2 though, that's not too bad. We'll quickly swipe this chest on the way out. It was fully worth me coming in here, wasn't it? I've already looted that chest. I'm just gonna leave now. That was such a depressing run. Speed run, speed run. Oh god. Ooh. Man, that got my heart pumping. I probably was super close to death like 3 or 4 times there. There are some diamonds there, and I'm definitely going for them. I didn't even look at what the books were at the end. I just kind of grabbed and ran. So we got Feather Falling 1. That can just go straight into this lava. Mending, good. Thorns 2, out of my sight. Depth Strider 1, out of my sight. Looting 2, that's not great, but it is decent though. Alright, I'm just going to pulverize this cave, hopefully get a lot of resources, and then hopefully I won't need to go caving for quite a while. Now, I was about to fully leave this cave, but when I seen this obsidian here, it reminded me that I should probably actually get some. So I'm probably just going to quickly sweep up 10 pieces, and hopefully that's enough. Because I don't think I will be making an enchanting table. I'll probably just skip straight to villager enchants. Alright, that should be all the obsidian I need. If I need more, I can always just come back down. It's not like it's too big of a journey. Alright, so we're finally back, and that was actually a really long trip. It was probably only a couple minutes in the video, but that was like 3 or 4 hours for me. But at least we now have quite a lot of resources. So we've got like a full stack of books here that we can use. We've got full armor and tools of diamond, and plenty of coal. Right, well I'm probably going to make my way back to one of those villages and try and set up some villages. I could start working on the base, but I just don't think it's really that worth, seeing that it's going to take a lot of resources that would be probably about 1,000,000 times easier to get if I had fully enchanted tools. Alright, so I've got the villages here, but I don't really want to build right next to the ocean, because while I'm digging that hole out, it's probably going to run into a lot of problems. So I'm just going to build it off to the side over here. I'm probably not going to be too worried about entrance or aesthetics, but I just want to get the villages down. Don't you just love to see the spontaneous replay mod footage? Yeah, so basically I kind of just forgot to hit record on OBS, so instead you're going to get a replay. It's pretty much just a long tunnel with plenty of space for villages and 2 little strips off the side, and right at the very end there is a big villager breeder. Okay, so I've got this villager breeder set up here, and you've probably seen me making it in the replay there. And I don't know if I've made it 100% correct, but we'll see how it goes when I make it, because I did just build this off of memory. But I think it is right. So I'm just going to start placing in this glass here, and I will actually go and grab the villages and the beds to get this thing working. So I should only need 5 beds and 2 villages. So hopefully some of the villagers have survived, and they have, because I can still see him. Okay, that's 5 beds, and now I'm just going to grab these 2 villagers. I don't know where the other one went, because these guys were like making out before, so I don't know where his mate went, but okay, so I've fixed up the farm and it is working now, or at least I hope it is, so we'll just have to see. Now I might just place a trapdoor here just in case if they somehow manage to make it over, but I don't think they will. Alright, well I do kind of want to build out of spruce for this place, so I will have to go and find that, but that's annoying though, because I don't know where one is. So I'm probably just gonna gun it straight south, seeing that everywhere else has water, and hopefully I'll find one. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's a big tiger too. You can see the big trees just in the distance. I don't even have to travel that far either. It's just 1,000 blocks. Actually, by there, it's probably going to be about 1,500 maybe. It's going to be a bit annoying to get over. Well, I suppose I don't really need to go over there. I can just kind of get some saplings and then take them back to the base. Actually, I've got my hoe on me, so I can just kind of tear through it. I'm going to quickly get over to this dark oak, and hopefully there's a pale oak. Even if there isn't anyway, dark oak is pretty good, so I will not be complaining. And I can see an azalea tree over there, so hopefully if I can find a little entrance to a cave, I might be able to get some moss as well. I can't quite see a pale oak biome, but it could just be the angle that I'm at. Yeah, I'm going to just say that there probably isn't. Alright, well let me just get a couple of saplings and then we'll head out. Actually, I might grab some mushrooms for something I need later. Let's get some saplings going. I need a lot of wood, so I'm probably going to do like 3 or 4 trees. And if they're this big, then I might only need 2. Alright, with this much wood, I should be able to build at least most of the place. So I'm going to go get to building, and hopefully I can actually start with the villages soon. Now, design-wise, I have no clue. I'm probably just going to build it in that same way that I was building it in a world that I was playing with my mates. So you didn't get to see it, but for me, I've seen it way too much, so I'm going to quickly tear through building this, and I'll show you the final result. You would not believe how long it has taken me to get efficiency 5 on a villager. Let me just save this real quick. I don't want to lose this. It's expensive, but I don't care. Last time you seen, this was like a tiny little tunnel, I believe. Look at this. This is fully set up with villages. There's like 4 villages here. There's a almost full row of villages here. Loads of villages down here. And this place is just completely filled to the brim. It has been like 4 to 5 hours of me doing this. And it just took me so long to get an efficiency villager. I can't believe it. It was actually ridiculous. And look at this ridiculous tunnel I had to build because villages are so annoying. Oh my. But I do have the efficiency 5 now. And that is all I wanted, again, using the carry-on mod here. But I can finally start collecting resources for this build. Now that I've gotten the that is not how you spell efficiency. Now that I've finally gotten the efficiency 5 villager. Oh my god, that took so long. I am leaving. I'm getting off this game. It is way too late. Alright, there we go. And that is a maxed out pickaxe. That's a fortune pickaxe. I will probably need a silk touch pickaxe soon as well, but for now, fortune is fine. Alright, but moving on now though, I've got quite the extensive list of resources that I need to get, so I might just start off with some of the easier ones that I might not have to travel quite as far for, and the first one of those being moss. I am probably going to need like hundreds and hundreds of stacks of moss for this build. Today though, I will probably only need a little bit, but by the end, it'll be a very, very high amount of moss. Regardless, we do still need to go and get moss though, so I'm probably going to go back over to where I seen that azalea tree earlier, and hopefully I can find some sort of an entrance to a cave. And just while we're traveling over there, actually, I might just give a little bit of a list. I might just give a little bit of a list of what ingredients I'm going to be needing, but I'm going to try and not give away too much of what the build is actually going to be. So obviously we are going to need our moss, but we are also going to need a lot of tough and deep slate adjacent blocks. We are also going to be needing a lot of white concrete, and probably also a lot of diorite as well. Now those are probably the main ingredients I'm going to be needing, and that's without giving away too much of what the build is. So if you can manage to figure out what the build is from just that, I'm actually mad impressed, but I am going to assume that what you are thinking is probably not what it is. Now, to some of the more keen-eyed people, since that last clip, you may have noticed that I've gotten more enchanted tools and golden carrots. And if you're wondering where those came from, I just kind of didn't want to record anything proper, so I just continued messing with villages for a while. But that's probably a good thing, because now I've got a completely maxed sword, and almost completely maxed armor, and also a axe. I didn't get the silk touch pickaxe though, which would have been nice, but well, I can't exactly see any cave entrance, so I might just dig straight down, because I know that that's pretty much how you're supposed to find them. We've come across a little bit of a water cave. That's rather annoying, but there is moss though, so I might not even need to go all the way down. We will still have a gander anyway. Well, this is actually a rather miserable... Oh, yeah, maxed out gear and I'm still bum. Alright, well, I've completely lost what I was trying to say there, but I might just get straight out. And I'm still getting clapped, bro. I might just get straight out of here, because there is way too many mobs here, and there is pretty much nothing here anyway. Right, now, as you can see, I've only gotten 8 blocks of moss, but I don't exactly plan to go down and collect it all by hand. I'm actually going to try and just make a moss farm for it, because I believe with the amount of quantity that I have, it's just going to be more worthwhile just making a moss farm. Although I don't actually think I I have even anywhere close to the amount of resources I need for it, so I might need to go mining again, which kind of stinks for me, but for you, it's probably just going to go by in a flash, if anything. Okay, so now that I've got the moss and I'm back home, I'm going to move on to the diorite, and I'm not actually just going to collect it from caves, which may seem strange to some people. Now, if you didn't know, you can actually craft diorite using quartz and cobblestone, which is why I'm going to the nether. And this is pretty much just because I do need to go to the nether anyway, and also... what is this spawn? But I'm also hoping while I'm in here, I'm going to be able to find a nether fortress because I'm going to need to go to the end for one of these resources. Alright, I've got high hopes that this is some sort of an exit down here. I can already tell looking at the minimap that this is an atrocious spawn. Now, the reason why I think this might actually be better is because I've barely even traveled anywhere, and look at the amount of quartz I've already got, which correlates to quite a lot of diorite as well. Like, that's that much diorite just from pretty much walking from my portal to here. And I know that I could probably collect just that much in about half the time if I had max efficiency beacon and whatever. But that's the thing though, I'd have to have max efficiency beacon, which I don't actually have. And also, another side benefit, this is going to give me loads of XP. I actually can't find any way out of this cave that my nether portal has spawned in, which is really annoying. What a terrible nether spawn. Oh god, oh god. Oh no! I think there might be an opening behind that wall there, just based on the fact that there is actually leaves poking through it. Oh, this looks promising. Are you joking me? Bro, I just got fully baited, bro. No, look at this. This looks like a full biome. You're coming up on a full biome, and then it's just empty. Bro. Yeah, I did not have to worry, Ollie. These guys don't even deal any damage. I think I can see some sort of a bit more of an open landmass over there, so I might try and make my way over there, and hopefully it is a little bit better with actually just terrain gen, because this is horrible. The only thing, though, is that it seems that it might be a bit of a soul sand valley, which is not exactly very good for quartz, but we'll still make our way over there anyway, because I would like to at least find a bastion or another fortress, just something interesting. I should mark this place down though, because there is lots of quartz, and I might actually do that with a waypoint real quick. Oh, here's that opening. Can I not be on fire anymore? This is a bit ridiculous. I'm out of cobble now, and I'm getting close to a full inventory, so I might need to cut it down on the quartz collecting. Otherwise, I'm going to end up with a full inventory. Also, I do need some soul sand as well. Oh, hang on a second. How did I not notice that? Am I actually blind? Well, I mean, this is just a great success, is it not? Alright, so let's just hope that we don't die here. I shouldn't, though, with maxed out gear and pretty much maxed out sword. Actually, I think that is just maxed out. If I die here, I am going to be incredibly disappointed with my skills. Hello, sir. Give me your rod. I think I had 3 rods. Oh, hello, sir. Give me your head, please. That is also another side goal that I have while I'm here. I kind of want to get at least 1 skull, because that'll just help me in the process later when I'm actually trying to get a beacon. Good day to you, sir. Would you please drop me your rod? There is so many chests in this place. This is actually crazy. There is another skeleton. Oh, don't drop off the edge, please. Come over here. There we go. Oh, there's a bunch of skeletons up there. I really just wasted my time mining up here, didn't I? Oh, there's lots of these guys, though. Maybe I didn't waste my time, actually. Hey, I got a head. Well, this is a pretty depressing fortress. But at least I got what I wanted. I've gotten the 16 blaze rods, which is well than enough. Which is well more than enough is what I meant. And then I've also got 1 skull. Can you stop torching me, sir? Oh, hello. Alright, I think that's it for the nether. I might just grab this last quartz and I'll see you back at the base. Okay, so now we have started with 2 resources, and one of them is going to be pretty easy to collect after I bother to actually get started on, and the other one, not so much, but it is there though. But for the next couple of ingredients, I'm going to be needing to go to the end. So I'm going to have to collect some ender pearls, which actually conveniently enough... Am I schizophrenic? No, 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 no. Roll that back. I swear to God that there was an Enderman there. What I was saying, though, is that I'm going to need to get some Ender Pearls so that I can make my way to the end. Now, it might confuse you a little bit because what I'm getting from the end isn't actually necessary to go to the end for, but it is going to make it a million times quicker. Honestly, I think if I don't go and do this at the end, this video won't come out for like another extra probably month or so. Now, I could just go to the Nether and try and find a blue biome, whatever they're called. I can't remember at the moment. And then try and get ender pearls from there. But I think it's actually going to be better if I just make some eyes of ender with what I have and find the stronghold. I forgot what it was called for a second. And then once I'm there, I can make another portal there, and hopefully there's one nearby, because I will need some sort of a fast tracking way to get from the base to the stronghold. Alright, so I've just grabbed a bed and I'm just gonna try and figure out where this place is. Hopefully what I have can get me there. If not, I'm gonna be mad unimpressed, but let's see. Okay, so it's off this way. I don't know whether that's a good thing or not because it might be underwater. Alright, let's head off, and hopefully this place isn't too far away. I can see a desert over there and what looks like a desert village as well, so I might actually just do a quick detour over there to place down a marker. Alright, we're getting pretty far out now. I might throw another eye, and hopefully I haven't gone past it. I have. Alright, that's a shame. Please don't break on me. Thank you. Okay, I might just throw another pearl just before I get to this land so that I don't lose it in the trees somewhere. Okay, it's right over this way. I'm wondering if it might be underneath this little land mass here. And there is a little bit of a cave here, so I might just take a quick gander. I think this might be it right here, because you see this flat piece of land here? I'm pretty sure that's trying to conceal absolutely nothing. Never mind. Okay, so it was heading pretty much just straight this way, so I might just head out probably just a little bit more and see where it heads. Okay, we'll see around about here. Okay, it's definitely underneath this little landmass here. Maybe... Oh, that's so annoying. Maybe I just need to mine down. Okay, hopefully this takes us somewhere. I think that's the stronghold right there, which... Yes, it is. Now, it's just a matter of figuring out where this portal is. I am horrible with this. I usually get lost so easily. Huh? What a spawn! 1, I didn't even think you could get other side in just regular spawner chests. 2, there's a spawner here. And 3, it's right next to the portal. But the portal has 0 eyes in it. Hopefully this one's in a bit of a better spawn than the other one, because... Yeah, the spawn one is not exactly great. Alright, I mean, not bad. Now, where is home from here? Okay, never mind. This is horrible. Okay, I think I might relocate this into the roof so that I can pretty much just go straight there. Alright, I'm just gonna do that. I'm just gonna take it straight into the roof and then hit a path directly over there. Okay, hopefully at this height, I should be able to just gun it straight there without running into any problems. So I'm just going to start digging, and if I do run into something, I can always just dig up more. Okay, I'm coming out quite close to the portal, and I'm a little bit high, but again, I can always just dig to it. What I didn't do before I left, though, is I didn't actually place the portal, so I will have to run back there quickly. And hopefully I didn't move too much from where the portal was. Hopefully it just links up easily. Okay, here's hoping it doesn't go to somewhere random. Alright. Easy as. Okay, so we've got the place all found now, and the portals are all set up linking them. We just need to actually find some more endermen to get some more ender pearls. So I'm just hoping that I'll be able to find a warped biome somewhere in the nether, because they seem to spawn endermen a hell of a lot. So if I can find one of them, then I should be able to get all the ender pearls I need pretty quickly. Alright, before I go too far, I'm actually going to set a waypoint here. Oh. I suppose that wasn't too hard. There's one right here. Okay, it was looking a bit small, but it is actually big enough for endermen to spawn, as there's like 3 right here. So I'm just gonna make a little bit of a spot that I'm not gonna fall off of. And hopefully with that, I should be able to get a decent amount of ender pearls. I think it might just be quicker if I just come out here and kill them like this, honestly. I just need to make sure that when I do it, I'm not close to an edge where they can hit me off. Alright, here we go. Here's another one. Took me a while to actually get one. Okay. What is going on? Why do they keep on just despawning? Okay, here he is again. And now that I've done that much damage, he's just gonna teleport away and despawn, isn't he? Can hear an angry sounding fella. There he is. Oh, and there he goes. Like, why do they keep on doing that? I don't understand it. I'm wondering if maybe there's like a little spot down below me that they keep on just teleporting to. Because Well, I think that might be the answer, but like still, it's just they keep on seeming to just teleport away and then never coming back. Well, that is exactly what is happening. Look at the amount of them down here. God, I am bum at this game. Holy. There we go. Alright, I've got plenty of eyes now, so I'm gonna head back, and I might actually kill this one last Enderman, just so that I can get some sort of a pearl to get back. Or I guess maybe I won't, because he's just disappeared off the face of the nether. Let's hope for at least some sort of a decent spawn, because I have had horrible luck so far with the nether and kind of the overworld, but it wasn't that bad, I guess. Alright, let's go. Alright. This is... Some people don't like this. Me personally, I actually really like this. I would prefer this way, way more over one out in the open. Especially for what I'm going to do with it soon. And you'll see what I mean by that. I'm just now realizing I probably should have actually bought a bow with me, because now I'm going to have to individually tower up and get every single one of these. Alright, let's get this thing done. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. I don't trust myself to bucket clutch. That's 4. That's 5. That's 6. And that's a 7th. That's 8. That's 9. That's 10. I think that's all of them. Oh no! Oh. Alright, let's destroy this guy. Come down, buddy. Come down. Oh. I'm not gonna hit me with that one, pal. I hate myself. Oh my god. Hurry up, mate. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Why is he so loud? Okay, you better not take 13 years to perch again, or I'm gonna be mad. Alright, here we go. Here we go. Am I doing more damage with the axe? It's about the same, so I'd rather deal the damage faster with the sword. Alright, I should have him at this next perch. Hopefully, at least. Bro, I'm bum. I think this is the one. If he flies off when he's got like 1 tick of health, I'm gonna be mad. 3, 2, 1. I hate you. Alright, there we go. Easy claps. Oh, I forgot that he gives like loads of XP as well. Look at that. 42 levels. 57. 59. Is there any more in the portal? No, I think Clumps clumped it all up together. Let's get this egg. There you go. All the way over here. What? Where's this egg? Huh? That is not the direction of the particles. Alright, well regardless, we have the egg now. There it is. So I accidentally recorded on the wrong mic for this next part, and I'm assuming you don't exactly want it to sound like this. Right, so I might just do a quick little trip over to the outer island. So instead, I'm just going to voice it over. Before I went out there, I mined up some obsidian and made 2 ender chests with some of the remaining eyes of ender I had. When I went through the portal, there was a city pretty much directly next to it, so I went over there immediately, and unfortunately, there wasn't a ship, but I did manage to get lots of loot and lots of shulker shells. The loot was decent at best, but I really wanted an elytra, so I started traveling to find another one. Almost died a couple of times as well, as you just seen. And the next city I found actually had a ship, and it was also just massive, so I looted it, got the elytra, got loads and loads of loot, and then pretty much just beeline straight out. Alright, well if you've still got no clue what I'm doing is I'm going to build a sand duper, and I know it's a little cheaty, but I don't want to go out and spend 4 months collecting concrete. So I'm going to build a sand duper which works with concrete powder as well, and it's just going to save me loads and loads of time. So I'm going to go quickly collect the materials for that, and I'll show you how it looks and what it does. Alright, so I don't actually really understand how this works and what makes it work, but I do know how to make it though. And it pretty much works on a really, really weird thing to start off with, where you use mushrooms to actually get rid of the end portal frame. So if you haven't seen this before, you essentially just bone meal a mushroom and it just gets rid of the end portal frame. It's actually kind of cool. Now, what I forgot to do is dig out a cavity over this side. So for now, I'm just gonna do this one, and hopefully I can make it work without having to get rid of that other one. I'm pretty sure you can actually also use this exact same trick to get rid of the obsidian around the nether portal without actually breaking it. So I might try and make a cool design using that later. Alright, well I'm going to quickly throw together this duper and hopefully it works. Alright, so I have just tested it and it still works with the end portal frames here, but essentially this really, really, really goofy looking contraption here, for some reason, duplicates gravity blocks like this. Whenever I click this, it starts pushing the pistons, and it must have something to do with the way that the gravity block interacts with the boat, and it slams it back into the end portal. And for some reason, if I just turn this off so it doesn't break real quick, when I go into the end, it has duplicated the gravity blocks, if I can manage to actually get in there. as you can see, there is just a lot of duplicated blocks in here. But I'm pretty much just going to be using that for most of the concrete I need for the build, because I'm going to be needing probably multiple double chests filled with concrete, especially white concrete. Other concretes maybe not so much, but I will still need them though. So with that being said, I'm probably going to fill up about a shulker box of white concrete powder, as well as maybe a row of grey concrete powder. The rest can wait for later though. Okay, so as you can see, the concrete duper worked extremely well. We've got all the concrete that we could possibly need for this first part of the build, and probably a lot more than I would need as well. So I think what I might go and do is I might go and collect up the resources for a moss farm, and then I might make a creeper farm to make the collecting of diorite and stuff like that easier. Because I think TNT is probably going to be the most efficient way of collecting the diorite, deep slate, and tuff that I'm going to be needing for this build, because until I get an efficiency 2 beacon, it's just super slow to mine, and especially the deep slate. So if I can just use TNT to just instantly blow it up and get all the blocks, then that would probably be a million times easier. But first we'll start off with a moss farm, so I'm just going to quickly collect up the resources and we should be able to make it. Alright, so we've got our resources now. It took absolutely forever, like actually way too long. I should have done it a lot quicker. I don't know what I was doing, man. The next thing is now that I just have to actually find somewhere to put it, because I don't want to have to rebuild this later. Don't you blow up, you absolute asshole. But I pretty much just want to avoid having to rebuild it somewhere later. So I kind of want to build it close to where I'm going to build. So I might go and decide where I'm actually going to place this thing now. And I've actually been thinking about it, and I did say at the start that it might be too big over here, but I think it's going to be fine. Because originally I was wondering if maybe this big field here is going to make the build feel small, but I think if I just look at it at the right way, it won't. And regardless, I think it's big enough where that effect isn't going to really take too much of an effect, I suppose. So I'm thinking somewhere around over here, or maybe over here is where it's going to go. Probably back over there, actually. I don't know, I'll figure out the specifics of that later, but I do think that this is where I'm going to build it. And if that's going to be the case, then I'm probably going to put the farm over this way somewhere, like probably in here, just so then it's out of the way if I want to take pictures of the base. So I might actually build it right here on this little bit of a flat land here, and hopefully no creepers blow it up. Alright, that's a little bit annoying. I just had a thought just now after I finished clearing this. I'm wondering if maybe I should make a bit of an industrial area where I'm going to build the creeper farm. Yeah, I should probably actually do that, because then I can have all the farms gathering the resources that I need at the same time. Alright, let's go find a place to do that. So a creeper farm is going to need to be over water, so I'm thinking probably somewhere out in this direction. It is probably going to be a bit annoying not having solid land to be able to build my stuff on, but I'd rather be in the ocean, or over the ocean rather, so then I don't have to light up caves and whatever. So I think right over here is probably the perfect spot. Alright, so for the creeper farm to work well, it needs to go up 2 stacks of blocks, so I'm probably just gonna come off of right here, go up the 2 stacks I need to go, and then I should be fine to just start building the farms. Okay, well I don't know what happened here, but I accidentally went up too far, so that might just have to stay for a little bit. So we've got somewhat of a decent space here now, so hopefully this is enough to actually build it. And I hope it's gonna still work just as fine being on slabs. I might have to just raise the section I'm building it on up by just that one more slab so that it's on full blocks. So I'm just gonna quickly follow this tutorial and hopefully I get it going all well.
On the backside of those pistons, and then take this and fill it with lava.
Okay, so I've got the moss farm all up and working now. It's pretty efficient actually. Like I've only used about maybe half a stack of bone meal so far, and I've already gotten 4 stacks of moss. Anyway, I'm just going to start rapid firing the builds and move on to the creeper farm, and while I'm at it, I'm also going to build a sugarcane farm so that I can get some firework rockets. So I've already got all of the materials here ready to go, so I'm just going to quickly blast it out, and hopefully we can get to collecting some of the other resources pretty soon. I've just done about maybe like an hour of an AFK session, and it seems to have done pretty well actually. It's pretty much filled the top row and a half of almost all of these chests. And as you can see, there is some bones and other stuff, so there must be one spot where they can spawn up there, but I ain't gonna go up in there and fix it because it's not like it's flooding the chest with other items. I've just put it into the one chest here, and for just over an hour's time AFK, that is really good pull. So I think I might just make like a shulker box or maybe a half shulker box of rockets, and then hopefully that should do me for quite a while. Yeah, looking at this sugarcane pull, I don't even think I'm actually going to have close to enough sugarcane to make probably even a row of rockets. Oh, just barely. Right, well that should still last me a decent while at least. And I have actually put ender pearl stasis chambers up there, so hopefully that should be loading this area while I'm not here. Because if you didn't know, in the latest versions of Minecraft, if you put an ender pearl stasis chamber down, it actually loads the chunk it's in. And also, additionally, I have got quite a lot of moss here from the moss farm. So that should be at least enough to get me started. I don't know whether I'm going to be able to finish the segment that I have planned to do, but it should at least get me started. So I've just gone and got a full shulker box of sand and some, so I'm going to craft it all up into TNT, and hopefully I can get at least a decent amount of resources from it. Alright, well I didn't quite get through the entire box of sand, but I got through a decent portion of it, and 4 and almost 5 stacks is actually a pretty decent amount of TNT. Although, whether it's going to be enough for what I need is the actual question, and I don't think it will, unfortunately. We'll still go and see, though. Hopefully it does. I mean, thinking back to how durable Tough and Deep Slate is to TNT Blast, it's probably not going to get me a whole lot. Alright, well here's some Deep Slate and some Tough here, so I might just give it a quick little test, and hopefully it isn't as bad as I'm thinking it is. So we'll just drop down 2 blocks here. I only need 1, and then we'll test it. Ooh. It's not bad, I suppose. I mean, that's 24 just there. And TNT drops do actually give you all of what it explodes, so... Alright, well it's just as durable as Tough, so I'm thinking that's probably going to be pretty good actually. I might actually just go and find a little bit more of an open space than this, and hopefully I can get some decent amount of stuff going. Alright, this place is a whole lot better, so I might just get some of the resources I want from it, like the diamonds and maybe a bit of redstone, and I might just get to blasting. The area is rigged to blow, so I'm just gonna go along like this and blow it all up. Okay, well, I just hope that the additional TNT blasts don't actually blow up the previous items. I just watched items explode. Oh, I barely even got anything. That's so annoying. I'm gonna have to go through it so slowly now. Yeah, I mean, that was pretty appalling pull there. I might just go through and do the same thing, but do them in like a checkerboard pattern in my exploding. Okay, let's see if this is any better. Well, it would help if I actually placed the TNT in. Alright, so I'm going to try a checkerboard pattern. I'll probably just go directly diagonal first. It doesn't seem to be blowing up nearly as many as what it was before, so that's a good sign. Let's go through and do another one. I mean, when I get all the drops from it, it's actually a really good method, but it's only when I get the drops that it's actually good. Alright, well I think this is actually going to work, because, what was that? That was like roughly a half stack of TNT, because this wasn't quite a full stack. That's almost a row of cobbled deep slate, actually over a row. And the Tough isn't that great, but I wasn't exactly targeting Tough, so I think this might actually work. The next question is though, what if I just go along like this? Is this going to be more efficient? It definitely won't be more efficient to TNT to block ratio, but for speed, it might actually be. That was unfortunately the last of my flint and steel, so I'm going to have to go and craft another one of those. In terms of speed though, that was actually incredible, because I spent like maybe 10 seconds doing that, probably more 15, and it got me 2 stacks, so I might be switching to that method more. Alright, I'm here equipped with a brand new flint and steel, so I should be able to just go to town and get plenty of resources. I mean, it's nowhere near what I'm gonna need, but it's definitely a good step in the right direction, and just a little bit more of doing this, and I should be able to actually pretty much build the entirety of this base. Alright, so I've just finished off another flint and steel, and this is as much resources as I've gotten, which is definitely enough to get me started. But I will probably have to come back down here later on. Alright, well now that I've got it all laid out in front of me, I'm realizing that I'm probably actually going to need to go and collect some more wood before I get started, because at least for the start of it, I'm going to need a lot of spruce and dark oak. So I'm also smelting up some stone at the same time right now for some stone bricks. and those together are going to make the entrance to what I'm about to build. But yes, unfortunately, I did just bait you into thinking I'm about to start. I am actually going to have to go and collect some of those woods. If it was something less important, then I probably wouldn't bother making it, but it's literally the entrance to the place, so I can't exactly skip it. Oh, Reet, that is enough. That is plenty of enough. Okay, so we've got all of the wood now. We've got all of the concrete powder, which will need to be turned into actual concrete, but I won't bother showing you that. We've got all the moss. We've got pretty much everything we need to build. So I'm just going to get straight to building, and I hope that I can make something that at least looks somewhat decent. Alright, so it has been about 3 months since I've last looked in this world because tech people are slow and I had some hardware issues. So we're gonna have a first look at it right now, and hopefully it is as good as I remember. If not, then I don't even know, man. Alright. I mean, it's alright, it's alright. I mean, I was definitely glazing it a little bit in my mind. It's not as good as I remember, but it's still pretty good. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. I mean, I think it's a little bit too, what's the skinny? Like, it could do with a little bit more width on it. Otherwise, it just looks a bit too tall for how big it is. And I think I overdid it with the shading a little bit. Like, these should definitely be a whole lot more smaller. But realistically, it ain't that bad. Like, I mean, if I just use the free cam real quick from whatever this mod is called, I can't remember, Tweakaroo. It's not bad. It's really not bad. Like, I do actually quite like it. As you can see, I did not finish the bottom of this. It is way too much resources, and I don't have the time for that. I'm sorry to say. I do need to get rid of that, though. I'm actually just going to quickly chuck on some shaders and see how it looks with them on. We have got shaders number 1. I got too far away. All the signs despawned. I don't want to repeat myself too much here, but this is pretty good. It's pretty cool. Alright, let's try a different shader. Alright, I'm using Bliss shaders now. It's a little bit more darker, this one. I think I preferred complementary a little bit more with this build. Yeah, it's kind of making all the quartz and that glow, and I really like that. It still looks pretty cool, though, but I don't know. I think I got one more. Let's see how that one looks. Alright, this one's a whole lot darker. Oh my. Alright, so I've already said this a million times, but I am actually quite fond of this build. It's pretty good. I enjoyed building it. I enjoyed the look of it, really. I'm yapping on about a whole bunch of stuff that you don't want to hear, so I'm just gonna move on. But yeah, I'm pretty glad that I decided to come into this world and just build it anyway. Because bringing you back to the start of the video, I was actually planning to build pretty much this exact same build in a world with my mates, but they stopped playing, so I didn't get to do it. Okay, so if you did actually make it this far, and I don't want to... Come on, man. And I don't want to preach too much here, but I would actually really appreciate it if you do consider subscribing. And I know that's really cringe to say, but this stuff takes a long time, and I do not have that much time to do this stuff. So if we exclude the 3-month wait I had to actually get being able to play the game again, yeah, I probably spent about a month getting all the resources, starting the world, and actually building this thing in total. I don't know, it takes a lot of time. So if you guys do actually want to see more, which, as I said, if you're at this point in the video, you clearly enjoyed it, I do have more plans for this. Like, I want to build more segmented islands and more parts of the castle around it. And obviously finish the bottom of this, of course, but that's a big process. Anyway, I'm a big yapper, as you can tell. I just get sidetracked very easily. But yes, I would appreciate it if you show me support in some kind of a way. Alright, well, I'm gonna try and get a little bit cinematic here with it now and try and make something that looks a little bit cool. It's probably gonna look like ass, I'm gonna be real with you. If you did actually enjoy this video, I do have more videos on my channel. They are quite a lot different to this one, but they are there if you want to look at them. I would advise not looking at the first two because they're pretty ass, I'm gonna be for real. You know, I just need to get off the mic. I hope you enjoyed. Bye.